And I just want anybody who's watching around the world to know that Nigeria, there's no way they've ever contributed anything to this country. They can claim as much as they want. Even go to history books. We've never read anyway where they said Nigerians helped South Africa during apartheid. We were just passing by, guys. Mandela has left home in 1962, got 11 January. He left. He traveled to many countries, in many African countries. He also traveled to Europe, to England. He ended up being in Morocco, Ethiopia, and Algeria, where they claim that he got military training. My question is, visiting a country does not mean you have helped me. Nigerians have been here in this country from, I don't know from any, since 1994 until today. And they're giving us problem in this country.
Coming from a place where we have seen hate, that has been thrown at Nigerians and Nigeria and all that we represent, specifically by South Africans.
What Nigerians don't understand is this. The people who need education, who need help, is Nigerians. It's the criminal Nigerians. What they don't understand in this country, we're fighting criminals. We're fighting nobody else. We're fighting criminals. We're saying enough about Nigerians. We've given them the opportunity. They might just stop lying.
Of having a strong relationship between the two biggest economic powers in Africa.
Point of correction. You are not a giant of Africa. The only giant of Africa is South Africa. Let us be honest. Go check your GDP. You are nowhere close to be the giant of Africa. It's only talks.
Places in South Africa, you as a South African cannot enter.
Yes.
And they wrote it that it is not allowed that even dogs can enter this place, but South Africa cannot enter there. So
now they're creating stories, there are places that we South Africans, we can't go, we can't enter, but dogs can enter. What type of idiotic nonsense is this? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending what time you're watching this video. You could be watching from South America, you could be watching from North America, you could be watching from Asia, you could be watching from Europe, you could be watching from Australia, you could be watching from Africa, the mother continent, you could be watching from the Caribbean, you could be watching from anywhere around the world. It could be the first time you bump into my YouTube channel, it could be the first time you bump into my voice, it could be the first time you bump into my voice. My name is Claudia, the Tonga Prince from South Africa. You're probably asking yourself, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about current affairs, I'm talking about what's happening in Africa, I'm talking about what's happening around the world, but mostly I am here to defend my country from the illegal people, guys. I just want you to know I am here to defend my country from the illegal people who try to destroy my country. I'll be the first one that they're going to meet right here to defend this country of mine. So guys, I don't want to lie to you. This country, this is the only country that I know, and I'm going to continue to defend my country. I'm going to defend the future of my children. I'm going to defend the future of your children too, because we love this country so much that we don't want enemies in our country. So guys, more than 75% of you guys, you are watching these videos of mine, but you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel. But I'm asking myself, why are you not subscribing, guys? Because I'm posting videos week after week, almost every day, guys. I don't want to lie to you. It is not easy to create videos. I know sometimes it might look easy, but let me tell you, it is definitely not easy to create these videos, because if you think about it, you have to do some research, look for videos, clips, just to support the statement, because sometimes when you don't have receipts and people they seem not to understand what angle you're coming from or what you're trying to say. So you need to get receipts and prove and bring receipts here and show to the people that, you know what, this is what you're talking about, this is what is happening and stuff. But I don't want to lie, it's not easy. Shooting, editing, posting, waiting for you guys to watch the content and stuff like that. Yeah, but anyway, not that I'm complaining. I love this job. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Yeah, but guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, guys, and don't forget to watch the video from the beginning to the end, and don't forget, guys, don't skip the adverts, guys. Keep on watching those adverts also, because that's the only way we get small amounts from YouTube. And don't forget, again, there's another way that you can also support me. Here at the bottom here, there is thanks buttons, written thanks. It also has a dollar sign. If you want to donate anything to this YouTube channel, you can donate. You can just hit that. You can donate $1, $5, $10, $100, whatever amount you want to donate to this channel, guys. So please do that if you can. But let me tell you, it's not you are not forced to donate anything, that it should be coming from you that you want to donate to the channel. And one other thing, guys, that if you want to become a member, you can become a member in this channel. Somewhere there it's written join button. Just hit that join button. Once you hit the join button, you will see 3 packages. You can choose any package that you want to join with. Just a contribution to my channel so that I can continue grow this channel. If maybe I need some other things, microphone or whatever I would probably need for this channel, so I can able to purchase. I don't want to lie to you guys, it's not easy to create this content of mine or of ours. English sometimes comes and go out, but anyway, English is not my mother tongue, guys. So yeah, so guys, before I go any further, I just want to say thank you to my all returning subscribers. I also want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I also want to say thank you to you who's subscribing right now, because I know without you guys, I am nothing. I cannot get the views that I'm getting. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful for your comments. I'm grateful that you're watching my videos. I'm also grateful for you that you are a subscriber. I'm also grateful for you that you are donating to this channel. But guys, there's something that I want us to talk about. Is this sense of Nigerians always claiming a part of South Africa? But I just want to let them know they must stop talking about South Africa. We are tired of them. You know, no matter how much we do, you know, and them claiming that they've helped South Africa during apartheid, I just want to tell them right now, and I just want anybody who's watching around the world to know that Nigeria, there's no way they've ever contributed anything to this country. They can claim as much as they want. Even go to history books. We've never read anyway where they said Nigerians helped South Africa during apartheid. That's a big lie. They've never helped us. They talk about okay, maybe let me not say much, but I want to tell you just a small history. I'm just going to give a summary what they're saying, that Mandela came to Nigeria. That's a lie. Mandela, did he visit Nigeria? Yes, he did visit Nigeria in 1962. He was just passing by, guys. Mandela has left home in 1962, got 11 January. He left. He traveled to many countries, in many African countries. He also traveled to Europe, to England. He ended up being in Morocco, Ethiopia, and Algeria, where they claim that he got military training. My question is this, guys. Mandela left. He left in January 11, 1962 to June same year, 1962. And he traveled to so many countries. Ask yourself, how easy was it to travel country to country those days in 1962? And he traveled, he did all this travel in 5 months. And he came back home. And when he get back home, that's when he got arrested. He got back to South Africa the same year in June. He stayed a couple of days before he got arrested. Then he got arrested on the 5th of August 1962. Then you ask yourself, you know, all of these countries that are claiming that they helped Mandela, they hosted Mandela, Mandela was staying in the country. Nigeria, it's a big lie. Ask yourself, out of the 5 months that Mandela left the country, and he has traveled to so many countries in that month, he went to Tanzania, he went to Angola, he went to Nigeria, he went to Ethiopia, he went to Morocco, he went to Algeria, he went to England, he went to so many other countries in that 5 months. Ask yourself, how long did he stay in Nigeria? For Nigerians to claim that they've helped Mandela with anything, you have never helped Mandela with nothing. You have never helped Mandela with nothing. Do you understand? So we cannot allow, visiting a country does not mean you have helped me. Nigerians have been here in this country from, I don't know from any, since 1994 until today. And they're giving us problem in this country. So the narrative they're trying to paint, and they're creating fake news, and they end up believing their own fake news. It's funny that you can create stories and you end up believing your own stories, because all of those things are lies. They're all lies. I'm going to play a couple of videos. I'm going to, as they speak, I'm going to come in and then. But what I'm trying to say, Mandela was gone for 5 months. For all of the countries that I've mentioned. And when he get back home, he was arrested in 1962. So I'm not going to go in details. Maybe I might get excited and tell you which date and that, but it will make the video very long. I don't want to make this video very, very long. But let's listen to these idiots, guys, from Nigeria. Let me play these videos.
The president's this decision to ease the process or create a simplified visa process for Nigerians to get into South Africa, my thought was, wow. This is why it is important that we talk about history and we teach history in school. And then I remember going to Rwanda and how Rwandese will tell you that what happened will never happen again because the government made it a conscious thing to teach every Rwandan person the history of what happened, what caused it, and how to prevent it. As long as you don't know who you are, you don't understand the history, you don't understand your legacy, you don't understand your genealogy, you don't understand the strength of who you are, you will fall for anybody's, what's the word, propaganda. The majority of people that shared this comment are young, and they have been led to believe that by fighting each other, because we are all blacks, by fighting each other and overcoming one another or forming we're bigger than one another, you will get to shine. I don't shine from Mariah being down. I only shine better when she's shining. And it's extremely important that we Africans tell ourselves the truth because we are all Africans. Once we leave Africa like this, they don't call you Nigerian, so they don't call you South African. They just say Africa. So the South African person typing and tweeting that a president should go because the president is thinking of Africa as one is someone that needs to be educated and just be pitied, not insulted, which is what Nigerians are now doing. I'm like, let's not get into this Rokolofo fight. It's not worth it.
What Nigerians don't understand is this. The people who need education, who need help, is Nigerians. It's the criminal Nigerians. What they don't understand in this country, we're fighting criminals. We're fighting nobody else. We're fighting criminals. We're saying enough about Nigerians. We've given them the opportunity. They might just stop lying about them helping South Africa. We don't want them in our country. And why don't you accept it that South Africa says they don't want you? Why is it so hard for you to accept that South Africans, the 99% of South Africa, they say they don't want you? What is so hard to accept that we're saying we don't want them, and we're giving you our reason that you are criminals. We don't want you in our country. That is the reason that that we're saying that we don't want you in our country. Nothing else. We're saying no to you because you are criminals, and you're not willing to accept, and you're not willing to learn, and you come here and defend. That's why we're saying pack your bags and leave our country. I did a video, this one, this video that I just released not long ago. This December, this Nigerians getting arrested again for drug dealing in our country. This 5 or 6 Nigerians getting arrested in our country is a thing that we're talking about every day. That are destroying our country, that destroying our youth. So these idiots, they don't understand what we're trying to do. And I ask myself, did Nigeria hire these 3-4 men to come and talk nonsense? They know nothing about history. They want to talk about history. They know nothing about the history of South Africa. I don't think they even know their own history because they don't know that the people are criminals. They don't know that the people are drug dealers all over the world. They want to deny that. If there's history that you need to learn, it's the history of your country, that your people are criminals all over the world. Let's continue and listen to these men, guys. These men here, I've never seen men that put makeup in my life. But look, let's continue listening to these men.
When we first talked about it, when we read it off the newspaper, I remember Nima was a bit hesitant about this new relationship and what they were coming to do, and asking that the Nigerian government be, shine your eyes, concerning this. And it's coming from a place where we have seen hate, that has been thrown at Nigerians and Nigeria and all that we represent, specifically by South Africans. And I was hoping that, these policies and these conversations that have started will help foster a better relationship, between these two countries. As we know, we've just left the issue of Miss Universe. So we know all the bad blood. What's the word now? The narrative that was, perpetuated during that time. She's Nigerian, her father is Nigerian, she can never be South African. Because of that, they pushed her to the point that girl had to leave that country and run on, her father's, where she comes from, her father's nationality. And it shows you the deep-seated hatred that exists, in South Africa against Nigerians specifically. I don't see Nigerians, I've never heard of any Nigerian that just hates South Africa. Never. Instead, we call them out for their lack of knowledge, their lack of understanding of who we are, what we represent for their country, what the relationship truly is. And for me, when I even saw the story and how everyone has reacted, I said illiteracy will kill Africa. Illiteracy is our problem in Africa. The lack of education and lack of our awareness of who we are, what our story is what will kill us.
Lack of understanding, lack of whatever. Let me tell you, if there's a lack of understanding, it's Nigerians. They don't understand who they are. They will deny who they are. These people will never change. They will never change. So it is up to us that we kick these people out of our country. I don't know which country in the world want Nigerians. There's no country in the world that will say they welcome Nigeria. Even Trump himself, he says, no more Nigerians in this country. So they'll come here and say things and whatever they want to say. Now she's talking about, they're asking themselves, what does, with this new relationship, what is that South Africa want? South Africa want nothing from you. South Africa is helping. South Africa is number one in Africa. South Africa is wanting nothing from you. Somehow they want to believe, they want to think that South Africa needs Nigerian product. We don't need your project, your product. I don't even know what is Ramaphosa. What was he smoking? What was he drinking at night before he come and announce those things? Because any of South African, ask any South African, no South African want you in our country. No South African want your product in our country. None. There's zero. 99.9% of South Africans don't want. The 1% that you have, or 0. something percent, is the people who already have babies with you. They'll probably come also in the comment sections and claiming. Some of them are even claiming to be South. They're not South Africans. Because we know you are criminals. You've got fake product. You've got everything about you. It's about fake. Everything about you. No proper thing. It's only legal stuff. That's what you know. That's why we don't want nothing to do with you. Why can't you accept that South African does not want anything to do with you? Let's continue listening to this man, guys. It's a men conference here.
Now, this policy that has been presented, it was not a policy. South Africa did not give that policy because it just loves Nigeria and wants to help Nigeria. It was looking for things for themselves as well, to build their country as well. It was opening up the borders to business people, people that will go in legally and do business in South Africa that would improve South African economy. But South Africans, because they don't understand that, and I see that across Africa a lot of times, where we put all these sentiments of Nigerians are coming to come and finish our resources. Nigerians are marrying our women. Do you understand? Those are the level of conversation I'm seeing. Things like they're coming to marry our women. Like really, is this what we're discussing?
In 2024.
But in 2024. But now,
no man in South Africa will worry about Nigerian men getting married to a South African woman. Let me tell you, the only people they're getting prostitutes. There's no South African real woman who would want to marry a Nigerian. There's none. You will read together. Let me tell you, a 0.000% of women will do that. It's 0.0001% that will do that. Real women will not. Few women will do that. You probably have maybe 500 women out of the whole South Africa, real women who would want to do that. But the majority of South African women, they don't want nothing to do with them. Look at it in social media. They don't want. The only people who want to do, those are prostitutes. Simple. Those are prostitutes. They are not the real South African ones. It's women who are hungry for money, who will do anything. For them, even 500 rand, it's money. And I'm not saying 500 rand is not money. But they'll do anything to get anything. So you say that we're in your country to gain something. When we don't want to gain nothing in your country. The majority of South Africa, they say they don't want anything to do with you. What is that you don't understand? Let's continue listening to these idiots.
Even though there's so much backlash about this, I hope that this means we'll be having conversations and encouraging people and educating Nigerians and South Africans on the necessity of having a strong relationship between the two biggest economic powers in Africa.
Point of correction. You are not a giant of Africa. The only giant of Africa is South Africa. Let us be honest. Go check your GDP. You are nowhere close to be the giant of Africa. It's only talks. We don't want to be in partner with you. It's as simple as that. What is that you don't understand? That South Africa is removing themselves from criminals. The reason we don't want to be with you is your criminality. We don't want to do business with criminals. It's as simple as that. Why do we have to do business with criminals? You have destroyed our country. You want to continue to destroy our country to be like your country. Your country, there's nothing is functioning in that country. And you want our country to be... We don't know Ramaphosa what he was smoking. But let's continue listening to these idiots.
I know that the South Africans are very emotional people. They are not rational people. I say it with all sense of... Auntie?
Majority.
All sense
What's
of...
online?
All sense of responsibility.
No, qualify it, or the ones
yes.
online.
The ones online, yeah, okay. Because they are not rational people. Their country right now economically is in their need, just as we are. And it's time for trade alliances to help you boost. Our lithium, we can sell it by ourselves. We can actually bring in investors, build the factories, and make the lithium into batteries here and export it. I don't know why we are not looking that way. That's where I have my grievances with our own government here.
Listen to this man. He thinks that... Listen to this man. He thinks that he can bring investment in Nigeria. Even Davido said, where are you going? Which country will want to come and invest in your country? You are lucky that our country is investing in your country. Let me tell you, if MTN pull out from Nigeria, you will have no communication right now. You will have nothing. You will have nothing. You are standing because of South African companies in your country. South Africans don't need, we don't need you. You need South Africans. For you to function, for you to operate, you need South Africans. For you to have food on the table, you need South Africans. We don't need you. We don't need you. So stop with this narrative that South Africa needs you. South Africa does not need you. We don't want criminal. Let me tell you, there's one thing that we South Africa are not going to stand, is criminality. We are not going to be partnering with criminal people, with drug dealers, kidnappers, fraudsters, all of these things. You want us to be part of. We don't want to be part of those things. We don't want our country to be known with those things. Because the minute we associate ourselves with you, we'll be associated with the rubbish that you're doing in your country, the rubbish that you're doing all over the world. Let's continue listening to this idiot. I'm trying to go as fast, guys. I want to make this video a little bit shorter.
And I had to dig up a few facts of where Nigeria stood. After many of us heard about the 69 people that were gone dead in South Africa back in 1969 during March, where they were killed, and that's what led the international uprising against apartheid at the time. And for decades, Nigeria led the implementation of sanctions against the apartheid-led government in South Africa. But more importantly, aside from what we're doing in the United Nations and the Commonwealth, a few things I dug up, which I thought was important for us to state here, for even Nigerians to know that Nigeria championed the anti-apartheid cause at the Common Health, taking a leading role in economic sanctions against the country. More importantly, Nigerians, let me read it from here. I wanted to read a specific part of it, where it said Nigerian students contributed financially.
Let me stop it here, guys. Nigerian student contributed financially. Ask yourself, guys, where does students have finance to support South Africa, to support the country? Students. Even now, 2025, do you think there's any country or any students who will support any other country during any war? Is there any country? There's war happening here in Africa. Is there any country support? There's war in Ukraine. Are they supporting that? Is there any student who can stop that? So you can see these people are manufacturing stories. Stories that there's no record, there's no history of that. They're just saying it. There's no history. They must show us where did this money go? Which account did they deposit this money? Who accepted this money? And how did this money come to South Africa? They must tell us. And which year did this money come into South Africa? Let's continue listening to these men. They are men, guys.
Towards the education of black South Africans, the Nigerian High Commission in Botswana issued hundreds of Nigerian passports to South Africans who had fled the country, and even the Nigerian civil servants contributed portions of their salaries to the South African Relief Fund, which supported the anti-apartheid movement and was popularly known as the Mandela tax. In addition, hundreds of South Africans studied in Nigeria, many of whom went on to occupy key positions in government, private sector, and academia across South Africa eventually. So we were the big brother they needed during that season, because there was absolutely nobody to help to defend them at the Commonwealth?
Let me tell you. Now they're claiming they were the biggest brother. There was nobody. Let me tell you, Nigerians, you have not helped South Africa with nothing. We know the countries that have. I might not mention it, all of the countries that have helped us. Russia is number one that helped us. Zambia is the one country that helped us. Tanzania is one of the countries that helped us. Cuba is one of the other countries that helped us. Namibia is one of the countries that helped us. Algeria was also there to help us. Maybe Morocco was also there, but none of your Nigerian country is in that list. If you don't believe me, guys, you must go to a website. You must go to maybe go to Brand South Africa and go find out some of the things that I'm saying. There's none of those countries that have Nigerian that have helped South Africa. Let me tell you, even when you go to the website of Brand South Africa, they'll tell you the countries that Mandela went to after to go visit, and some of them they took it as because Mandela visited that they have helped South Africa. The majority of them they did not help. They did not have South Africa. They did not help South Africa. They just claim it just because Mandela was a nice guy. He went to this country and said thank you, even for nothing. Do you understand? Because they've done literally nothing. The countries that I've mentioned, probably maybe there's extra countries that I did not mention in the list, but we know the countries that have South Africa. Nigeria is none of the country. They want piece of this South Africa. You'll get nothing. Go back to Nigeria. Go fix your country. You've got your country. You say you are the giant of Africa. Be the giant of Africa without South Africa. Leave us alone. We don't want to be part of with criminals. Let's continue.
We had the leadership. And we, even aside from what the government was doing, Nigerians themselves, using part of their money to support their black brothers. Now, over the years, for various factors, the relationship was strained for different reasons. But that's what somebody said, that we need to go back to history because we are more closer than divided. But it's always also good. Look at the other side. So I have seen the Nigerian side where we are the big brothers. Come to you, one second, Imam. We are the big brothers, and we deserve some kind of a relationship.
Listen. We deserve some kind of a relationship. We deserve nothing. These people, they think South Africa owes them. South Africa owes you nothing. South Africa owes you nothing. So please, stay in your country, do whatever you need to do in your country. Be with other countries that want to be part of Nigeria. South Africa is saying we don't want to be part of this Nigeria. The majority of the people in this country, they want nothing to do with your country. It's as simple that they are so obsessed they deserve something of South Africa. You deserve nothing. You're bringing criminality in our country. We say, for tech, get out of our country. We're tired of your nonsense. I've never seen people who are forcing themselves on us. We don't want to be part of you. We don't want to be part of criminals. It's as simple as that. Why are you forcing yourself on us? What? These idiots that are sitting on a table discussing about every day, they sit and discuss. Their channel is all about South Africa. We don't want to talk about you here. We don't want to come and defend about you. We're simply saying, leave our country. Stop selling drugs in our country. Stop doing all these criminal activities in our country. We say, stop stealing our passport. That's the thing that we're asking from you. There's nothing that we want from you. We simply say we don't want to do nothing with you. We're saying leave us alone, go back to your own country because you're as corrupt as like your president. The number one corrupt president in the whole of Africa is from your country. Let's continue listening to these idiots.
Whether South Africa or anybody, Nigeria continue to offer home. What's his name? The former president, Mandela, was housed by Nnamdi Azikiwe in Nigeria here when he needed. And nobody was deliberately not taught in their schools. So an average Nigeria, the competition started economically when a hustling Nigerian gets on the streets in South Africa and makes a living. And you look at him and you just envy him and you tell your kids false stories about his hard work. Yes.
Let me tell you, as I said even from the beginning of this video, guys, Mandela went to Nigeria in 19 Remember I told you guys, Mandela left South Africa in 1962, January 11, traveled to many countries in Africa for 5 months. He was moving from, when he left the country under a name called David Mtsamai. When he left South Africa, he did pass Nigeria on. Even that things, even that, because that part I had to Google it and see if really Mandela traveled. I did get an information that he did travel to Nigeria on the 17th of May of 1962. And ask yourself, I mean, from traveling for 5 months to more than 15 countries, how long do you think it stays in Nigeria to say they house Mandela in Nigeria? They can come and brag that Mandela was given housing in Nigeria. There's nothing like that. Visiting a country, it does not mean passing by a country, sleeping overnight. It does not mean you're given housing in that space. You visited the country. Yes, I passed by, I visited the country. That does nothing, has nothing that you helped me in the apartheid government just because I slept in your country. What type of nonsense is that? That's basically this man is trying to say here. This man here is trying to tell us that their house is Mandela. Let me tell you, in that, as I was saying, in that 5 months, Mandela traveling, he traveled to so many countries. As I said, Tanzania, Morocco, Angola, Nigeria, Egypt, not Egypt, Morocco, Ethiopia, and England, so many countries in 5 months before he came back home to be arrested. And these people come and claim that they've helped South Africa. What type of help did they give South Africa? There's nothing. There's nothing. These people have been in our country from 1994 until today. Now it's 2025. We say, CAPITEC, we are tired with you. We don't want you in our country. Enough, it's enough. Enough, it's enough. We cannot tolerate this nonsense, guys. My camera is about to shut down. Let me stop here. Let me stop something here, guys. We are simply saying, enough, it's enough. We cannot tolerate this nonsense of these people who thinks they've helped South Africa. You have helped South Africa with nothing. And them saying we're telling kids that this lies to our kids. There's no hard working in South Africa. There's no Nigerian who's a hard worker in South Africa. They're all criminals. Or the majority of them, they're criminals in our country. And you want to tell us they're hard workers. Hard workers of what? Have you been to South Africa and to see what these people are doing in this country? Those Nigerians who are in this country, they know what these people are doing. But you choose not to listen to those who are here in South Africa telling you these people are doing bad things to our country. Let's continue listening to this nonsense.
If it comes to your country, because when they came here, South Africans married Nigerians, and Nigerians don't have stories of bad belle to any South African, so we do not pass any to our children.
Let me tell you again, South Africans, there's no South Africans that have married your children, married your women, whoever. No man of South Africa marrying your people. We don't want your women. You can check in history, it's the truth. There's no South African man. There is no South African man with Nigerian women. That is the truth. We don't want them. We don't want them. We've got our own women here. We can get married to other nations, but we are not going to get married to Nigerians because we know the chances that you get married to them, your child will become a drug dealer. Because she will have the DNA of the mother, and we know that DNA of the mother it comes with criminality. Who's going to marry a woman from Nigeria? We're not going to do that. We are not idiots. Let me tell you, your man will have babies with prostitutes. They might be lucky to get a proper woman. I'm not saying they can't be lucky. They will be lucky to get a proper woman here in South Africa. But the majority of them are just prostitutes. Full stop. You like it, you don't like it. Let's continue listening to these idiots.
Places in South Africa, you as a South African cannot enter.
Yes.
And they wrote it that it is not allowed that even dogs can enter this place, but South Africa cannot enter there. So we as Nigerians need to be more compassionate towards South Africans. They went through a whole lot, and we cannot understand what it is to go through it because I am born free. Mm-hmm. My grandfather, as in like I am born, I carry my shoulder like Abinajah. You know they carry last. So when somebody like that sees me, who doesn't even is inside the person's DNA, it has shrunk. There's this insecurity. We need to have more compassion, and then we need to work together to help them build confidence.
Guys, I can make these videos and listen to this idiot and keep on exposing all these idiots. Now they're creating stories, there are places that we South Africans, we can't go, we can't enter, but dogs can enter. What type of idiotic nonsense is this? And these are some of the people they want us to live with them. People who create stories, start believing in the story. You can even see how she talks. She believes it. She believes in the nonsense that she's talking. She believes in the nonsense that she's talking. And we must see it, and we must welcome people like this. We don't want you. Stay where you are and keep on creating stories from distance from us. Guys, I don't want to make this video for a very long time. Maybe I must give them a lesson about how Mandela and how he left South Africa and how long he stayed in prison and which prison he went to and stuff like that. Give them more history about Nelson Mandela. Because there was no point where Mandela could be in your country. There was no point where Mandela could even stay a month in your country. Because Mandela was arrested. Even him coming back, there was no point for Mandela to come and visit your country for a month. So in history, Mandela has never stayed even in your country for a week. Mandela has never stayed in your country even for a week. So when you talk about housing and stuff like that, I don't know what type of housing is that. Mandela was arrested for 27 years. So they must tell us, guys, I can sit and talk, but honest truth, I don't want to make videos about these idiots anymore, guys. I am tired. It's exhausting when you listen people creating stories, believing in the stories they create, and taking these things and putting online. And the government are watching these idiots speaking nonsense. Guys, let me end this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in my next video, man. I love you, man. Sharp. Salute.